Hi traders, David here again from Wave Trader with another trade to show you the power of the Wave Trader system. And today's trade is going to be on the USdCad. It's a short trade or a sell trade, and I'm going to walk you through how I saw this trade and what my thought process was. Okay, so let's quickly go to the monthly chart and see what's been going on. And on the monthly chart, you can see here that after this prolonged move down in price, we had a very good wave bottom situation here. Then we had another one here. Okay, so if we were to call this the first wave, then this would be the second. This whole thing here is the third. Then that means that we are perambulating in a fourth wave. Okay, with the fifth wave still to come. And now this is on the monthly chart, so we are talking about years and years ahead. But if we come closer to the chart and have a look at what's happening on the most current candle, you can see what happened here. After this bounce off from this area of support, the price went up steeply. And typically, whenever the market goes up steeply like this, it usually retraces back down sharply, almost to the point of where it began from, before it resumes the move in that direction, in this case up. Looking closely at the MACD, you will see that we just had our wave bottom golden cross situation rather here, okay, and we had a golden cross here, okay. So typically I will say that yes, we are in an uptrend, but this is the monthly chart and you can still trade short situations on lower time frames. So going lower to the the weekly chart, you can see what's happening here. So everything still holds, okay, trend is up, but right now what we're trading is, you could call it a dip, okay, but usually when the market goes up steeply like this, it cannot maintain this kind of steep momentum for too long. And even if it does so for a while, whenever it wants to retrace, it usually tends to retrace back from where it came from. And you can see where I placed my limit order here, okay. So whether it's going to be filled or not, we are watching. So right now, the most current candle on the weekly chart is bearish. Okay, it's not fully completed yet. It should be completed by today, but let's wait and see how it goes. Now I'm going to go lower to the daily chart here, and on the daily chart, you begin to see a little bit more definition. Okay, so you can see here that we have the death cross forming on the MACD. So far, nothing yet on the EMAs on the daily chart, but then I did not take the trade on the daily chart, so that one is not really a problem as such. So let's go lower and go to the 4-hour chart, and on the 4-hour chart we begin to see a little bit more definition, and here you can begin to see we have a pronounced wave top situation here, a big one here, and then a smaller one here. So since last week I've kept my eye on this pair, and I've been waiting for a good opportunity to get into this trade. So I'm going to go lower to the 1-hour chart and show you how I got into this trade. So on the 1-hour chart, this is how I saw and I got into this trade. So after the market perambulated all this while, and as at the time I came here to see if I could get an entry, I believe the market was here, somewhere in this region. So what I did, I'm just going to go lower again to the 15-minute chart and show you what I did. Alright, this is the 15-minute chart here. Okay, so when I came to this chart, the market was in this region. Alright, so what I did was I took a retracement value from here to this point, and you can see the 62% region here. So I placed an entry limit sell order here just below the 62%, and you can see that now I wasn't watching the market after I placed it, because as at the time I came here, the market, I believe it was somewhere in this region. So when I placed this order, I just shut down my system and I left. So hours later when I got back, the market had already just touched my entry order by a pip and then began to come down. Okay, so lately I don't really spend too much time watching my charts. I just come and look for good opportunities and then I leave. So I wasn't around when all this was happening, but you can see here we had another wave top situation, and this would have been a good place to get into this trade again. Okay, and even here would have been another beautiful opportunity, but when I came to the chart, the market was hovering around this region somewhere here. So I placed an order to sell here, and then I still left the system. And you can see that the market actually went against me for this second order for a little while, and then resumed the downward move. Okay, so right now on the 15-minute chart, you can see that we have a positive divergence situation forming, and typically in a situation like this, you are supposed to close your trade, okay, in this particular direction, and then wait for another opportunity possibly. However, let me go to the 1 hour chart here. I believe that this downward move has potential to still continue, and I believe that the downward pull is much more stronger than the upward pull. So I've locked in my first order, this one here, and you can see that it's about 230 pips, even though it's a micro lot. But what I really wanted to show you guys is that in for the past month, the markets have been moving very aggressively. So little movements give you hundreds of pips. So right now you can trade minis and micros and make a lot of money. All you have to do is just scale your trades. So right now, from where I got into the trade to where the market currently is, it's about 335 pips. So that means the market actually went down 424 pips in my favor. And you can see what that will give you if you were trading standard lot. So it's not really about how much you make, but knowing the correct requirements and prerequisites to get into these trades. And as long as you find them, you are going to make lots of money. So let's analyze this thing from the 1 hour chart here. So you can see on the 1 hour chart that the trend is still bearish. Okay, what we have here is what you call a rally in price, just like we had here and we had here, and then this is another one. So I really hope that it doesn't get as high as this point. Okay, and if I were to take another retracement level value here, you will see that our 62% will bring us just close to where my stop is. So I'm just going to leave this trade because I really intended this trade to be a swing trade, if possible a position trade. I'll just go to the 4 hour chart and see if I can show you where my profit target is. You can see that my profit target is way down there. Okay, well beyond the profit targets for this move here. So in this instance, I believe I used the bigger one to get my target. And you can see that if we use the bigger one, then my profit target is just at the fourth target. Okay, so I believe that this is just a temporary glitch and the market still has the potential to go down. Now this is because you can see that the EMAs are separated, good angle and separation. This is the first wave. If we're looking at the 4 hour chart, this is the second. So we are currently in the third wave. And I believe that the third wave has the ability to get to at least the first, second or third targets before we have a fluctuation in a fourth wave. So this is just a temporary blip, hopefully, and you can see that the MACD is still trending downward strongly, so there's no reason for us to freak out and close the trade early. So this is my take on the USD CAD, and I am going to have to leave this trade over the weekend. Today is Friday, and hopefully it should bring me right up to my target level here. So another advantage of taking these long-term trades is the fact that whenever your run is exhausted, usually you tend to have good opportunities to get in to another trade. So most likely when the trade gets to this region, we are going to see a reversal in price and possibly a move back to the upside, and I'm going to be watching for that and make sure I get in on that action as well. So happy weekend to everyone, and I hope that this video was instructional for you. As always, I always look forward to hearing from you, so you can send me an email on apexalphawavetrader@gmail.com if you have any questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. So happy trading and happy weekend, guys.